Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kwadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today I'll be coming out with a lesson. I don't have much of a title for it, but the Bishop Kanak of this camp, he put this news article in the group chat, and it says Russia says it rehearsed massive nuclear strike. So these other nations are truly getting ready. You know, they're really getting ready for a nuclear war. They're preparing for World War III. The third war is upon us. It is here. It just has to be for lack of a better term, acted out and or played out, I should say. But nonetheless, when you think back to World War II and what Babylon America did with Nagasaki and Hiroshima, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think those are atomic bombs. So this is only fitting that this place be taken out the same way, except for it's not going to be atomic. It's going to be nuclear, you know. But nonetheless, this is a taunting proverb against Babylon America. This is a taunting proverb against Esau. See, he's the one that wanted all the nuclear weapons, the nuclear power in the earth, and no one else to have it. But now these other nations, they have it. And we got some people that's shaking and quaking in their boots. But without further ado, let's get right into it. It says Russia has rehearsed its ability to deliver a massive nuclear strike, the Kremlin says. And this could and this is pretty much legit because Putin ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? They wanna bad mouth him, but like as far as like war goes and fighting, he's a very strategic person. He's a very strategic man, you know. But let's continue. It says the military exercise involved delivering a response to an enemy nuclear strike. See, they're already practicing. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said. State TV showed him recounting the rehearsal to President Vladimir Putin. And 10 out of 10, Putin was probably like, yo, how is that rehearsal going? He probably gave the okay to put the rehearsal into action. It says it comes as a Russian parliament backed the withdrawal of Moscow's ratification of a global treaty that bans all physical testing of nuclear warheads. That happened because Esau was testing nuclear weapons and stuff. He blew up a place called Bikini Island. Esau would have been done killed everything. So they had to make a treaty to stop his stupid ass from doing this crazy mess. But let's continue. It says Russia and the United States conduct regular nuclear readiness simulations. Moscow has traditionally held its own towards the end of October. Moscow been probably planning this for years, rehearsing this for years or decades. This so like the exercises this year involved delivering a massive nuclear strike by strategic offensive forces in response to an enemy nuclear strike. Mr. Shoigu's and Mr. Shoigu reported to President Putin. You got some crazy names. It says a Kremlin statement said that practical launches of ballistic and cruise missiles has taken place. And of course, they have been doing that. They've been testing their ballistic missile, their ranges, their payloads, and various things like that. It says a Yars intercontinental ballistic missile was fired from a test site in Russia's Far East, and another missile was fired from a nuclear-powered submarine in the Barents Sea. The statement says so. Just by this article alone, and what we've been seeing around the four corners of this earth, these nations are getting ready. And you got Babylon America still trying to go around the earth and bully and play that same old tired role, singing that same old funny song, trying to tell everybody what to do. These other nations are now saying, hey, you can't tell me how to do my thing. We got our own thing now, you know. But and then you have people here in Babylon, America that are completely oblivious to what is actually going on in the world. These nations are gearing up, and the Lord is doing this. Let's continue. It says the defense ministry released footage of the test. I don't think it'll play, but it's a still image, so let's continue. It says earlier this month, Mr. Putin said Russia had held a final successful test. So how many tests have you had before of a nuclear powered cruise missile? The experimental weapon, of course, Esau has to word things a certain way. The experimental weapon, first announced in 2018, was hailed as having a potentially unlimited range, but President Putin's account has not been independently confirmed. It has been confirmed. President Putin has said this before. It can go and go and go, and it's going to reach its target. The latest tests will be seen as a display of force, which coincides with Moscow's de-ratifying an international nuclear test ban treaty. And that's really what it is. It's a show of force. It's a show of power. Iran has done it. Korea has done it. China has done it. Russia has done it. Uh, India has done it. So it's been done. But let's continue. It says Parliament completed the passage of law that withdraws Russia's ratification of the treaty on Wednesday. Mr. Putin called upon ministers to back the change to reflect the position of the United States, which signed but never ratified the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. So that means, again, Babylon America ain't make good on their end like they been doing. Let's continue. It says the CTBT, which the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, in 1996 bans any nuclear weapon test explosion or any other nuclear explosion anywhere in the world. Russia waged a full-scale invasion in Ukraine last year, raising concerns over nuclear war. First off, if NATO wouldn't have been going west as Putin asked, this wouldn't even be happening. But this was all according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. So let's continue. It says in June, Russia stationed a first batch of tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Putin told a forum they would only be used if Russian territory was threatened. And Russia's territory is threatened. So womp womp for the mother hubbards that provoked Russia to take the stance. The U.S. government says there is no indication Kremlin plans to use the nuclear weapons in Ukraine. The U.S. is always talking about what somebody ain't finna do and what this ain't finna happen and that. Because the truth of the matter is, the U.S. think it still has the power. It don't have power on the earth no more. The Lord weakening this place, but He also ain't giving it no strength neither. So yeah, there was just a article, and I'm gonna grab a few scriptures, to wrap up this lesson. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start at verse 3, and I'm gonna kind of jump through. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." So the vision is yet for an appointed time. The destruction of this place, World War III, Jacob's trouble, all these things will happen at its set time. And at the end, it's going to speak, and we are in the end. And guess what? It is now started to speak. It is now started to become increasingly more clear and more evident that this third woe is going to happen. It says, though it may seem like it's taking a while, the Lord says, what? Wait for it. because it will surely come, meaning it's gonna happen and it's not gonna wait. The Lord gonna make sure that this thing happen. And it is what it is when it come down to it. I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." So shall not these other nations, you know, these other people around the four corners of the earth that Esau has put hell, have they not taken a taunting proverb? A taunting proverb. Ironic. Let's get them two words, taunting and proverb. Let's start off with proverb. It says this is the definition or the etymology of proverb. It says a phrase expressing a basic truth which may be applied to common situations. Also, it says a striking paradoxical assertion, an obscure saying, an enigma, a parable, or a familiar illustration, a subject of contemptuous reference, a drama exemplifying a proverb. And this is what's going on. This is like ironic. Did not Babylon America uh bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki as a show of power against Russia? And now here we go decades later. Russia is doing tests, nuclear tests, successful nuclear tests, rehearsing just in case they have to use these things. Be, because the truth of the matter is they're going to have to use these things. But this is that taunting proverb. Let's get that word taunt. Because I can't find taunting with this app I'm using. So we're gonna get the word taunt instead. Here we go. It says, here we go. I don't know why it did that. Let's go. It says taunt. It said to make fun of someone, to goad a person into responding, often in an aggressive manner. So these other nations are taunting Esau. They're goading Esau. They're poking at him like, yeah, look at you. You thought you was bad. Now is you bad now? What's happening? What's going on? This is another definition of it. It says a scornful mocking remark, a jeer or mockery. So that's what's going on. These other nations are now taunting America because they now have weapons. Now they like, yeah, you thought you was the big man on the block. Yeah, well, we got them things over here too. You know how Jake talk. We gonna use Jake terminology. Yeah, you think you got them things? Yeah, we got them things over here too. We got them heaters too. What you gonna do? You ready? You trying to fight? You trying to do something? And that's what these other nations are doing. They're taking that taunting proverb. And Esau's the one that is what? He's been increasing himself in the earth upon what things that are not his, things that don't belong to him, oppressing a man, taking away heritages, um, coveting things that don't belong to him. But it says woe. Woe means judgment, destruction. Verse 7, it says, shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. So shall not these other nations rise up suddenly, get up and be ready to do something? They biting Esau back now. They gonna awake me and they gonna attack. They gonna fight back. And awake and that shall vex thee. And these other nations and how these things is going, Esau is becoming very vexed. It's bothering them that these other nations are starting a new system that excludes the West. It is what it is. It's just the truth. Verse 8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. So this place has spoiled many nations. So all the remnant of the people around the four corners of the earth, gonna spoil this place because of men's blood. You got to think everywhere Esau stepped his foot at, everywhere Babylon America has been, what it has always been bloodshed. Always been bloodshed. Violence of the land in the cities where people dwell in, where people live at. This is Esau's fault. Just look at what's going on over there in the east right now. Them Edomites over there, posing to be the real children of Israel. What they been doing to them other heathens there, oppressing them other heathens there for 50 plus years, shedding their blood, bombing citizens, people that can't fight back against them. Yeah, that make you real tough, don't it? But there you go. These other nations are now poking fun. These things are happening. These things going on in the news. Articles coming out. Esau around here trying to play damage control, jumping around like Media Man, like Robert Townsend was doing when he was protecting all those people from the bullets. Well, guess what? The bullets getting by Esau. He ain't fast enough. He can't do it no more. These other nations is rising up and they preparing to go to war. War, a sound of battle is in the land. The Lord is blowing. He the one that's calling this war together, and it's gonna happen because it's His will, and this is how He finna deal. He finna gather them other nations, all these nations, and judge them over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what's going on right now. These nations are preparing for the third woe, and it's just another uh, uh incident. Well, I ain't gonna say incident. This is another instance where a nation is getting prepared. And you notice it is always Russia first, because Russia gonna be that guard to these other nations. So it is what it is. Let's see. I'm gonna jump down to verse 10. It says, "Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul." And that's what Esau has done. That's what Babylon America has done around the four corners of the earth. It's consulted shame to thy house, meaning brought shame upon them by cutting off many people and sinned against thy soul. That's what Esau has done. He has killed many people, shed much blood in the earth, but he effed around and shed the wrong blood, the Israelites. Now you finna get jacked up for real. Or Esau finna get jacked up for real. 2/3 of our people, because they hard headed. But this is mainly talking about Esau. But let's continue. Let's see. Verse 12, I'm gonna jump down. It says, "Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity." So woe again, destruction, judgment. The fact that these other nations, are doing what they're doing, getting ready, it's because of how Esau has done around the four corners of the earth. Established his blood. So like he established a town and a city with blood and by iniquity. So like you, man, this crazy phone just started doing that Siri recording thing magically out of nowhere. About to smash that mother with a hammer in a minute. But Salakia for that. But yeah, things are heating up. Things are ramping up. So yeah, it is time. The Lord is doing His thing in the earth before our very eyes. And let's see. Last point. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "Behold ye among the heathen and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I will raise up the Chaldeans." Okay, Salakia. All right, all right. So verse 5. And that's what the Lord is doing. He is working a work. And he's telling these other nations to wonder marvelously, Esau included. The Lord said He's going to work a work in the days of Esau, in the days that we're living in, you know, amongst these heathens, and they will not believe it, though it be told unto them. They're not going to hear it. They don't believe it, and it is what it is. Okay, that's not my last point. I said it was, but it's not. Let's go here. Let me see now. Okay, my last point. Jeremiah 51, verse 25. It says, Behold, I am against the old destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyest all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and make thee a burnt mountain. So there it is. The Lord is against the destroying mountain. And what is the destroying mountain? The tabernacle of Esau, his power structure in the earth, Babylon, America. They destroy Esau destroys all the earth with this place. He has destroyed the earth with this place. The Lord says he will stretch out his hand. That hand that the Lord is stretching out is a stretch out in anger, indignation, and in judgment upon Esau. And he says he's going to roll him down from the rocks and make him a burnt mountain. I mean, the Lord is going to take down this place. And we see the beginning happenings of that. And it is what it is. Whether you listening or not, Esau, you know what time it is. This is the end and the beginning for Yasharallah. And with that, Shalom. You give, so like what it says, you get what you give. It's not looking too good for you, buddy. Esau, Shalom.